I'm sure you've seen this guy, El Campino, whatever his name is, deadlifting. And maybe think, how has this guy not blown his back out yet? And honestly, I don't know. But what I will tell you is that I'll be showing you how to properly deadlift without putting your spine into critical risk and forcing yourself into a wheelchair and becoming Joe Swanson for the rest of your life. Honestly, it's not even that bad of a deal. You can work out upper as much as you want. So this is me when I first started deadlifting. I weighed around 159 pounds and I could barely lift 285 pounds off the ground. But after rigorous training and pain and suffering and grief, lower back pain, this is me deadlifting 455 pounds as my 1 rep max at 175 pounds. And today in this video, we'll be discussing frequency, pulling technique, stance, grip, and other performance cues you need. Deadlifting is by far one of the most fatiguing exercises in the books. You could be doing a working set of like 350 pounds. You could do 4 reps easily, and then on your next set, you could barely lift it off the ground. So you're kind of forced to back off and maybe take like 30 to 40 pounds off just to be able to squeeze out some extra reps. The issue with this exercise is you want to minimize the amount of fatigue and not maximize it. So typically you should be deadlifting around, I'll say 1 to 2 times per week. But some people may argue, oh, it should be treated like the bench press. You should be doing it at least like 3 to 4 times a week. This is not the case at all. Bench pressing is a skilled lift, but you should not be doing it that much compared to the bench press. And from what I know, some exercise that could help you in your deadlift would be some kind of hinge movement. So like SLDLs or RDLs are a great accessory to use in your programming if you want to increase your deadlift. It just replicates the movement the best, and yeah, it's not some like BS like isolated hamstring curls or some shit like that. The two most popular styles for deadlifting are sumo and conventional styles. Sumo is targeting your glutes and your hamstrings more, opposed to conventional, which targets your lower back, your spine, aka your spinal erector, and your hamstrings. So when you're performing a sumo deadlift, you are going to need to think of sticking your butt out. You should be aligning your torso with the bar. And along with this, well, for both deadlifts actually, you should be rolling your shoulder blades back to create this pulling stance, so you're getting ready to pull the slack out of the bar. And for conventional deadlifts, you should be lining up your feet just about shoulder width, and this grip can vary on the person, but you should be gripping just on the outside of your ankles. This allows for a stable lift throughout the exercise. Good word. But yeah, when it comes to foot placement for the sumo deadlift, on the rings of the bar, I typically place my feet facing forward first, and then as I go down to prepare for my lift, I would stretch my feet out at around 45-degree angle, maybe 50, 60, 70-degree angle, depending on, honestly varies, but as long as you're in that range, it should be okay. Now, when it comes to grip, we have a few variations we could use. We could either use hook grip, which is when you are grabbing your thumb like this onto the bar. So typically it will be grabbing onto like this and pulling. This is like an alternative to straps. Personally, I recommend to learn hook grip as quickly as you can, just so you can get in that momentum where you don't have to start doing it later on in your gym journey and you suffer for a long time. And when it comes to reverse grip, it acts like a strap in a sense. You're just counteracting the other grip. When you grip the bar like this, you just do it like that. So it just creates a more stable hold on the bar. So personally, I do hook grip, and with straps, it's just a lot more stable and it feels a lot more comfortable in my opinion. And yeah, when it comes to equipment that I use in the gym, I typically use straps and a lever belt. It doesn't have to be leverage, because be a lifting belt. This can help build stability in the core, or if your core isn't strong enough, it just helps support it throughout the lift. So you don't need that crazy strong core or TNF belly. So yeah.